Okay, so what I want to be able to do is, let's say I want to install WordPress. I can go to the Forge, and I can search for WordPress. And so a lot of people have actually gone out and done all the work for me. They've already figured out how do I set up WordPress, how do I get it all configured, and all I need to do is use one of these Puppet modules to get it up and running. And in my case, I want to set up just a web server, and I'm going to use something called Apache, right? So I'm going to search here for Apache, and I can see that there's a module here that uses Apache, and it's going to configure my machine. And so once I've got this downloaded, I'm going to go into my Puppet Enterprise console, where I've got a bunch of different machines running, and I'm going to go down to configuration, and I have this little configuration for Linux web servers, right? And I can specify here the machine that I want to turn into a web server. So in my case, my machine is called CentOS 7.1, right? And I'm going to add this to I want to make that a web server. The other thing is I want to tell it what code to use. So, all right, it's got to already set this code up. It's going to be a Linux web server. So what I want to do next is I want to run, there's a Puppet agent running on this machine. I'm going to run Puppet. And now in the background, it's going to install Apache. It's going to basically create my website on this machine. And that's what it's doing behind the scenes right now. So we'll give that a minute or two, and then I'll show you the results.
Where do you see the clock running?
The clock running? Oh, it's like right here? Yeah, there's this little thing that says it's running in progress. Well, while that thing is running, so you might be wondering, well, how do you set parameters, and is there a programming language with Puppet? And we have our own little language called Puppet code, and this is an example of Puppet code. It's not the same as something like Ruby. It's kind of more close to something like HTML or something like that, where I'm specifying all these parameters for my code. I want my website to be put in this directory, right? And I can specify all of that stuff here. And let's see, go back. Okay, oh, well, something happened. Let me try to run that again. Actually, let me go ahead and see if the website got installed. So I'm going to go to that machine. Oh, look, it installed the website, and everything is awesome. So this is great, right? So I'm really happy that everything is working right. But let's say I have somebody who goes into the machine, like I got an evil hacker, right, that wants to infiltrate my machine and break my website. They'll go into the directory where I installed my website, and I'm going to delete oh, shoot. Some technical difficulties. Hold on one second. This is always fun when you do demos. Okay, so yes, the site is broken now. So I'm going to check this out. Shoot.
So you removed the index file?
Yeah, so I've logged into the machine, and it looks like the machine. Oh, okay. So here's some website content. Again, I'm going to run. So now the site's running, right? So now I'm going to delete the page. So I'm going to delete the index.html. And now, so I've essentially broken the website. So now if I load the page, you'll see, oh no, everything is not awesome. I got to fix that, right? So now, like, what do I do? How do I fix these problems? And so what I'm going to do is I can use Puppet to fix that problem. So I can go back to my machine, And this is pretty cool. If I run Puppet on the machine, it's going to see that the website is broken. And it is going to fix the website for me.
So the Puppet agent is going to fix the website, or
yeah. So with Puppet, I can define what the website looks like and all the files that are installed, all the services that are needed to run this website. And then if something, and that's what we call desired state. And then when I deleted that index.html file, it's no longer in its desired state anymore, right? It's broken. And so then you can use Puppet to remediate those changes and bring it back, right? So look, it ran, and it says corrected changes. So now if I load the page again, after running Puppet, look, everything is back to being awesome, right? So yay! And I can see right here from the console, I can see the report. In this report, it actually tells me, tells me what was broken and how they fixed it. So if I go to corrected changes here, it says, hey, I had this website content in this directory and it was missing, and so I brought it back. So that's how Puppet kind of works behind the scenes. So yeah, that's Puppet Enterprise. Yeah, so that's our Puppet Enterprise product. Yeah, let's see what else. Yeah.
So does Puppet do anything else?
Yeah, so Puppet has a couple of products. One, we just released this product called Puppet Discovery. So these days, if you work at a company like all of these companies here, like one of our companies that we work with is Walmart. And Walmart has 100,000 computers. They're just like so many computers to manage all of their stuff. And it can get a little out of control. Like you're just like, I have all of my stuff. Where's all my stuff? And that's what Puppet Discovery is all about. I can go in to, Puppet Discovery, and it tells me all of the stuff about all my computers. It shows me I've got 1,000 computers that I need, and a bunch of them are Windows computers, and a bunch of them are Linux computers. And then I can find out information about those computers. So I can click on Linux here, and here are all my Linux computers. And then where I can click on Windows, and I can get all this information about these Windows machines. Like, oh, well, what version of Windows is running on here? Or see, it says here OS version is Microsoft Windows Server 2012 R2A. So it gets me all of this interesting information about what's going on in the machine. Or I can see, well, what are the users on this machine? So this stuff is really important every day for a lot of businesses to be able to figure out, well, how much stuff do I have? And what's going on with all my stuff? Active run task, and I have a couple of different things I can do. For example, if we were talking about WordPress, if WordPress is broken or somebody has stopped that service, I can relaunch that service right here from this console. Or if I want to install software, I can do that from here. But I can't install Windows from here. I might be able to do some patch management, but that's all I can do from here. That's the two big features. We have another product called Puppet Pipelines. That's for developers, and I can kind of show you some of that if you'd want to see that, or if you guys have to go.
No, you can go for it.
Sure. So let's say again, I've got my GitHub account, and I've got a little website, right, that I have a website that shows me the weather. So I can plug in. So I built this little website that shows me the weather, and I can plug in Portland, and I click weather, and it tells me, hey, it's 58 degrees in Portland. And all of my code to do all that stuff is right here in GitHub. Right, so this is where it's called version control. I have all of my code. You can see my code. If you go to this website, you can download and play around with the code yourself. And what I can do is, so with the pipelines product, it's pretty cool. What I can do is, let's say I want to change, let's say I want to change this content, right? I want to be able to, change the content, and I want to change this wording around, or I want to add a hi message. So what I can do is I'm going to go into my source control, and I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to add some code that says, there. So now, if you, I want my code to say, hi there. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a change right here in my code. And what this is doing, so I've just changed my code, but I haven't updated my website. So what Pipelines does is it automatically, every time I make a code change, it updates my website automatically. So I don't have to worry about uploading stuff to my web server and do all that stuff. I can just do it automatically here. So it's going to go and it's going to build my website, and then it's going to deploy it. So give this thing a second. You should see, the code being updated. This always takes a little while.